Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel English with Kavita Kapoor. This is your English teacher Miss Kavita Kapoor. In this video I will teach you the very important topic of grammar section, which is tenses. Okay, so let's start this grammar section topic, which is so much interesting, without wasting much of our time. First of all, let me tell you the definition of the topic tenses. Tense always indicates the time and tense always changes with the time. It is the form of verb. Why we are calling it a form of verb? Because we use forms of verb in the tenses according to the time. If you are talking about the past, you will use the form of verb according to the past. If you are talking about present, you will use according to the present. If you are talking about future, you will use according to the future. Clear? So by these things, it is very clear that there are three kinds of tenses: past, present and future. Whenever you see the things in written, you always read the past tense very first, then present, then future. Past which has gone, present which is going on, and future which will come. Okay, but there are four kinds of each tense. Three kinds of tenses are there, and there are four kinds of each tense: indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Four kinds of each tense. Let me tell you the definition of indefinite tense, because we are going to start present tense today. In written, we always see the present tense first because it has gone. But whenever we start the topic, whenever we read this topic, or whenever the teachers teach this topic in the class, they always start with the present tense because present is going on. And we always start with that thing which is going on. So present is going on. That's why we read about the present tense very first. So indefinite tense of all the three tenses always indicates the habitual actions. Habitual actions means habits. If you are talking about the past, it means you will talk about the habits of the past in indefinite tense. If you are talking about the present, it means you will talk about the habits of the present in the present indefinite tense. If you are talking about the future, you will talk about the habits of the future indefinite tense. Clear? So, let me tell you the rule of present indefinite tense. The rule of present indefinite tense will be subject plus verb's first form plus S or ES plus object. Remember this thing, we always use S or ES with verb first form if the subject is singular. Singular means he, she, it, that or name. But remember this thing more, if the subject is plural, plural means more than one is there, then in that cases you are not allowed to use S or ES with verb first form. So this is the rule of the affirmative sentence. Sentences are also four kinds. Okay, affirmative sentence means simple sentence. This is the rule of only simple sentence. Whenever you convert simple sentence into the negative sentence, the rule will be different. So four kind of sentences are there: simple, negative, interrogative or interrogative negative. So I told you the rule of the simple sentence. Now let's convert the simple sentence into the negative sentence. So the rule will be different. The rule will be subject plus do not, does not plus verb first form plus object. Why we are using do not or does not, or why we are not using S or ES with verb first form in the negative sentence? Let me make this thing very clear to you. You have only one helping verb, which is do. And whenever you use ES or ES with the helping verb do, it becomes does. Clear? It becomes does whenever you use S or ES with the helping verb do. And if you will not use, then it will remain same, which is do. So that's why we always use does, means with whom you have already used ES, you use does with the singular subject, and you use do with the plural subject, because in the plural cases we are not allowed to use S or ES. Got it? So the rule will be subject plus do not, does not plus verb first form plus object. I think why did we make this rule? I have made this thing very clear to you. So let's convert this negative sentence into the interrogative sentence. Interrogative means you want to ask something. Whenever you have so many questions in your mind and you want to collect the information, you require to ask the questions. And to ask the question, you need to use helping verb before subject. And which is the helping verb in this rule? Do or does. Correct. So you will use helping verb before subject. So the rule will become do does plus subject plus verb first form plus object. And then question mark. Let's convert interrogative sentence into the interrogative negative sentence. So the rule will become two things are there: interrogative and negative. For the interrogative case, what you will use? You will use do or does before subject. And in the negative cases, you use not. I have made this thing clear already. So what you will have to do, you will use do does before subject plus not plus verb first form plus object. Clear? Very clear. Let me make this thing more clear with the help of an example. For example, Ram plays cricket. Ram is singular. So this is the example of affirmative sentence. Whenever you will convert it into the negative sentence, so the example will be Ram doesn't play cricket. Does Ram play cricket? Does Ram not play cricket? Got it? They attend the class. They do not attend the class. Do they attend the class? Do they not attend the class? Clear? I think present indefinite tense is very clear to you. Ram wakes up early in the morning. Ram doesn't wake up early in the morning. Does Ram wake up early in the morning? Does Ram not wake up early in the morning? Clear? Let's talk about the next tense, which is present continuous tense. Continuous means continuity. Continuity means the work is going on. The sentence is going on. For example, how will you indicate the continuity in the sentence? By using ing with verb first form. If there is ing with verb first form, it means the work is going on. You are talking about the continuity of the work. Very easy, very clear. And how will you recognize? Because so many persons get confused in this thing, that is this the present, is this the past, or is this the future? So I'll give you the trick to recognize that the person is talking about present, past, or future. This is a very easy trick to recognize. If there is am or are in the sentence, it means the person is talking about the present tense. And remember one thing more, if he or she is using ing with verb first form, it means that person is talking about the present continuous tense, because ing with verb first form indicates the continuity and is am are in the same sentence is indicating the present tense. So the tense will become present continuous tense. Got it? So the rule will be subject plus is am are plus verbs first form plus ing plus object. You use is with he, she, it, that or name, am with I, and are with you, they and we. Got it? So in the negative sentence, what you will do, you will use not with the helping verb. What is the helping verb? Is, am and are. Correct. So the rule will be subject plus is am are plus not plus verb first form plus ing plus object. And whenever you will use interrogative sentence, whenever you will talk about the interrogative sentence, you will have to use helping verb before subject. Okay? And helping verb is am are, so you will use like is am are plus subject plus verb first form plus ing plus object, and then question mark, because you are asking something. In an interrogative negative sentences, is am are helping verb before subject and not after the subject, because two things are there, interrogative and negative. So for the interrogative cases, you will use is am are before subject, and for the negative sentences, you will use not but after the subject. Got it? So the rule will be is am are plus subject plus not plus verb first form plus ing plus object. Remember, ing is indicating the continuity of the sentence, continuity of the work, and is am are is indicating the present tense. That's why it becomes present continuous tense. Got it? So let me make this thing more clear with the help of an example. Shyam is playing guitar. Shyam is not playing guitar. Is Shyam playing guitar? Is Shyam not playing guitar? You can see my expression. My expressions are changing according to the sentence, because in the affirmative sentence I am just talking about the simplicity. In the negative sentence I am creating the negativity. In the interrogative sentence I am asking the question, is Ram playing the guitar? And in an interrogative negative sentences I am confirming this thing, that is Ram not playing the guitar, means I gave him the work to play the guitar. Is he not playing the guitar? So my expressions are changing according to the sentence. By learning these rules very nicely, you can start speaking the English. Okay, you can improve your fluency, but you need to watch this video carefully, and I bet you, I can say this thing with surety, after watching this video carefully, you will surely learn the rules of tenses. So the next tense will be, let's talk about the next tense, which is present perfect tense. Perfect means perfection. Okay, perfect means perfection. I have my own definitions of the tenses, and of each and every kind of tense I have my own definitions, and with my own method I can learn the things very nicely, very easily. So you will also get the point very easily, and you will learn all the things very nicely if you will watch it very carefully. So present perfect. Perfect means perfection. Okay, means you have done that work with perfection. So the rule will be, let me tell you the rule, then I will continue. Subject plus has have plus verbs third form plus object. You will use has. Remember, has with singular, have with plural. Okay. Now some students ask me that, ma'am, according to you, we always use verb second form or third form in the past. But why we are using verbs third form in the present? In the present tense, we should use verbs first form, but we are using verbs third form in the present tense. Why? Why we are using verbs third form? There is the answer. Now, let me tell you the answer of this question. In the present perfect tense, you have done that work with perfection. But remember, you just done that work. Just you have completed that work. अभी अभी आपने वो काम किया है. And you don't have any connection with that work now because you have done that work with the perfection. You are completely satisfied that yes, I have done this work. Now I don't have any need to make any correction in that work. I didn't make any mistake. You just have done that work. That's why you are using verbs third form. Verbs third form will indicate perfection and has have will indicate the present. Remember this thing. If someone is using has have before you, it means that person is talking about the present. And that person, if the same person is using verbs third form in the same sentence, it means that person is talking about present perfect tense. That person is talking about the perfection of the present. That's why that person is using has have plus verbs third form. Got it? So in the negative sentences, you will use not with has have. I have told you the rule of affirmative sentence. So the rule will be of the negative sentences subject plus has have plus not plus verbs third form plus object. And in an interrogative sentences, you will use helping verb before subject, has have plus subject plus verbs third form plus object. Question mark. Next, interrogative negative, has have before subject, not after the subject. Why we are using? I have already given you the answer of this thing. Has have plus subject plus not plus verbs third form plus object and then question mark. Got it? Let me tell you. Let me give you an example of this thing. For example, you have taken your lunch, or I have taken my lunch. Now, I have not taken my lunch. Have I taken my lunch? Have I not taken my lunch? Okay. Have you attended the class? Have you not attended the class? You have attended the class. You have not attended the class. These are the examples. I think you have. This thing is very clear. Now let's talk about the last kind of tense, which is last kind of present tense, which is present perfect continuous tense. Very interesting, very important. मतलब बड़ा मजेदार है ये. How? Let me give you the example. Let me tell you the answer of this thing. Why I am calling it an interesting topic? Because two tenses are there in this. Perfect and continuous. I have already given you the example. Perfect means perfection. Continuous means continuity. Perfect means perfection. Continuous means continuity. Two tenses are there in the same tense. Present, perfect, continuous. We have to talk about present also, perfect also and continuous also. For example, if you are building a house, construction work is going on. The rooms or the part of the house which you have built or which has been constructed, it means that work has been done with perfection. Got it? And the work which is left, that work is going on. I think you are getting my point. Two tenses are there. Perfect. The work which has done, that has been done with perfection. And the work which is left, that work is still going on. Two tenses are there. Got it? So the rule will be, we will use both of the rules of present perfect also and continuous also. To indicate the perfection, we will use has have in this tense. And to indicate the continuity, we will use ing with verb first form. And to join both of the tenses, we will use been. Got it? So the rule will be subject plus has have plus been plus verbs first form plus ing plus object plus since or for plus given time. Now you will think about since or for, that why ma'am is using since or for in this tense, because since indicates if the time limit is not given. In that cases we will use since. If the time limit is given like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 years, 5 years, if the time limit is given, then in that cases we use for. Got it? For example, Ram has been, we use has with singular, have with plural. Ram has been living in this city since many years. Time limit has not been given, that's why I'm using since. Okay. Sham has been crying since morning. Time limit has not been given. Ram has been writing a letter for 2 hours. Time limit has been given, that's why I'm using for. Ram has not been writing for 2 hours. Has Ram been writing for 2 hours? Has Ram not been writing for 2 hours? Done. Present tense is completed now. And I hope that you have understood this topic very nicely. I'll not teach you all the 3 topics today only. You will get bored otherwise. So watch this video carefully. Understand this topic of tenses. And I hope, I'm damn sure that you will surely understand this chapter. You will surely understand this topic of the tenses. So I'll teach you the next topic of the past tense tomorrow. So wait for the tomorrow. I'll upload the video of the past tense tomorrow so that you can understand both of the topics, both of the tenses very nicely. Till then, watch this video carefully, revise the present tense. If you feel any doubt, any problem, you can call me or text me anytime. I'll give you the answer of your questions. Okay, and please tell me, did you like this video or not? Okay, all the best.